welcome. This is your reading starting the 2nd of October. I'm using the Druid Animal Oracle deck, and the spread I've been guided to use is it's called the Home or Hearth spread. It has to do with your living situation, domestic situation, home situation, but it can also have links to other areas of your life like career, relationships, friendships, finances, and so on. Because, the different areas of our lives are interconnected. My name is Mary, I forgot to tell you that. I'm an animal pet communicator. So if you have a pet and you would like a reading for your pet, I can connect with them telepathically, ask them any questions you have, and pass on any messages they have for you. I can also pass on messages specifically for you regarding any lessons that you would like to know. For instance, pets are not only our companions and beings in their own right, they're also our healers and teachers as well. So sometimes they're in our lives for a reason, or they may display some behaviours at a particular time in your life for a reason. Like they can be mirrors too. So in that instance, they can be helping us grasp any lessons or to move on to the next stage of our lives. So if you would like a reading with me for you and your pet, please go to amirasalon.com and you'll find me under the Readers tab. So let's get on to your reading. The first cards I want to take a look at are these two cards here. And these two cards represents the way you perceive or think about yourself and your domestic situation, which again can have links to various areas of your life. It can impact other areas of your life, right? Okay, so we have the stag and the bear. They are both in reversed, but I'm going to turn them around so that you can see the images better. The bear can be thought of as coming out of hibernation, and the stag can be thought of as ethereal. It can be thought of as standing on your own 2 feet, proud, very proud of your accomplishments, the things you have achieved, the places and journeys you've taken. For some of you that perhaps have travelled quite a bit, or the home or living situation you are in now, maybe perhaps it's in a foreign country or something like that, how you've stepped out of your, one living situation to adapt to another living situation. So that's one of the first messages coming through about how you are perceiving yourself and this living your home situation. A lot of the messages for most of the signs I keep hearing it's a new dawn. So there's this sense of for you too, Pisces, the sense of a new dawn coming up for you. And it feels like the ride of your life. Perhaps you've been having all these kind of adventures, and it's, you're coming to the end of one adventure to a new one. And it's like having no regrets regarding the journeys you've had in the past. It's like because it's led to accomplishments, achievements, different types of journeys and so on, right? And now there's a new dawn happening for new accomplishments. Yeah, that's the message of these cards of how you're perceiving things, as well as your living situation. So you may be moving house too, or journey into another country, or a new living situation. Perhaps you're moving in with a partner or friends or family as well. And it just feels like you've had the ride of your life, and it's just a new dawning. And it feels very good. It feels happy. There's this real strong sense of no regrets. And I guess when you've got no regrets, it allows you to just to look forward to your now, this present time, as well as your future. Okay, the next cards I want to take a look at are these two cards. Now, these two cards represent the way you want yourself or your living domestic situation to be. And I get a sense of playfulness, right? You want things to be light, energetically, playfulness. You want loyalty. You want things to be regal. I guess, the finer things in life. And why not? Why can't you have those things? Take a look at your accomplishments. It can lead to these things. That seems to be, that's the message of these cards, that this is what you are wanting for yourself and your situation to be. Loyalty, playfulness, regalness because of the things that you have accomplished. And perhaps travelling and having more journeys as well is coming up too. For some of you, you may have some foot issues that you may, I know that's kind of very random, you may want to take a look at or, watch out for or be careful. So you may be, just wanting to be careful with where you're stepping as well. That's just a random thing that's coming up. Or taking care of any business things, such as if you were travelling or moving house, taking care of those things and being loyal in regards to that as well is coming up. Yeah, these cards feel very beautiful, very calm, peaceful, still, a strong sense of achievements as well. Now, so that's how you would like things to be. Now, these two cards represent the way you or your domestic, home living situation, and for some of you, travelling situation or travelling you've done in the past is perceived by others. And the message that's coming through is I make honey. So this is, this is how others perceive you, that you make honey, that you build your hive and you travel and you have journeys and you make honey. There's also a sense of the mystical about this, because the seal can represent various things. It can represent playfulness, but because this is the Druid cards, there is this, legend or folklore that there were once seal people and they could come to shore and become human and take off their seal skins. So there's a sense that you're adaptable, you're quite productive, you can be quite productive. So this is how others perceive you, and very helpful, very, very helpful. Yeah, so that's quite nice. So you really are having the time of your life, or you've had a great ride, and at the same time there's this message of there's no regrets. There's no regrets. So even if sometimes your rides felt like a roller coaster going up and down, when you get to the end of the ride, there's no regrets. Right, now the last two cards we have here. These two cards represent the way you or your domestic living, home and travel journey situation could be. This is kind of like the potential. We have the goose in reverse and we have the earth dragon. I feel for some of you there may be the sense of journeys, of having journeys, either literally like traveling, or just you may feel like you've been on this roller coaster ride where the journey's been up and you've had highs, and the journeys have been low and you've had lows. But again, there's a sense of not having any regrets. I guess because sometimes with the highs, there are sometimes going to be lows. The message of these two cards for you is that there's this potential for you to roost. So perhaps you're wanting to build a home, perhaps you're wanting to settle down, that sort of thing. Perhaps you're wanting to start a family, or with your career, you're wanting to settle into a career and build your career. Anything like that. In other words, building your roost in some area of your life. The potential is there. The possibilities are there. And I'm hearing you've earned it. You've earned it, okay? Yeah, it's a time of roosting, a time of settling. So you may be, before this new dawn, there may be, a time of stillness, of you just being still for a while. And perhaps that's because the potential is coming up, the possibilities are coming up of you being able to settle. So perhaps you moved to different countries and now you've chosen a place that you're going to settle, whether you realised you were going to do this or not. Perhaps your career is going to take off in a new way, new foundations in your career, but before that happens, there's this sense of stillness. Perhaps you're going to be getting married, or a different development stage of a relationship, right? But before that, there's this sense of stillness first. So it feels very good. It feels very good. I'm just here and enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. So I feel you may have some good news this week, and if it's not good news, it may be just this sense, this feeling that there's this stillness, this quietness before this new settling phase begins for you. This foundational, the foundations, building these foundations, whether it's in your home or career. So don't have any regrets if you do have some regrets. There's a sense of, when we have highs, sometimes there's lows, and sometimes we'll take those lows if we know that it meant that we'd have the highs, right? In our lives, in our journeys. So there's a strong sense of no regrets, that you've accomplished a lot, your achievements. For some of you, there's the sense of traveling and settling, finding a home. Perhaps some of you are going to the next stage in your relationship or a relationship. So it's a very nice reading for the week for you, Pisces. Thank you, and I look forward to reading for you next time.